Alright, so let us continue. As you are continuing your journey through the thick jungle, the thick tropical jungle deeper into the island towards the cobbled stronghold, trying to be, while not stealthy, especially at the very least, your front scout is trying to be as careful as possible and look for any potential traps or potential enemies that might be lurking nearby, because who the fuck knows if there are any like potential patrols surveying the area. And not too long after you found Malgarius, you do not find enemies, but you do find... give me a moment. Okay. You do not find a patrol. Well, you do not find a live patrol. As you make your way through the woods, through the jungle, you stumble upon of a group of about 9 dead kobolds.
Huh.
That are laying completely dead on the ground.
So, see if you can figure out what killed them.
Alright.
Yeah. Inspecting them closer and figuring out the cause of death will require checks.
Yep.
He's the doctor. Well, doctor.
Is there a doctor in the house? I lost my medical license.
Who said?
To be fair,
Who said I ever had one?
exactly.
Surprisingly, the how do I say? The school was not threatened by physical violence, and he was never given his license.
Okay, with that 24 and that not 20, even though I believe normally Pathfinder doesn't do critical successes on skill checks.
Nope.
Yeah. But still, it's a very good roll, and you can tell exactly what killed them. One, because you do not see any outside marks, like they were not slashed, they were not burned. There's no visible physical injury on the outside of their person. However, there's another thing. They look... I'm not sure if that's the right word I'm looking for. Like, kinda like mummified. As in they look emancipated? No. That's the different one. They look like their strength has been drained from them.
Desiccated, perhaps?
Yeah, that could work.
Perhaps
Drained work as well.
Yeah.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're nothing but skin and bones.
Yes, exactly. Like, essentially, the entire strength has been drained from them. And considering how the bodies are like standing around, whatever did this didn't give them much of a chance.
So, Doc, what's your diagnose?
Well, I would say they're currently dead.
I couldn't tell.
And also, I'm gonna say, because with that roll you would also be able to figure out. You believe the bodies, like this happened about, with some margin of error, about 4 days ago. So not too long before you arrived here.
Hmm. Yes, but by the looks of it, they've been dead for quite a few days.
Did he die of starving?
They seem to be rather emancipated from, how you say, life.
And you would also know that this was rapid, this was not starvation, this was like almost instant.
There shows no real sign of struggle, almost like they died at like a, oh, like a snap of the fingers.
My God. Whoever killed them had a wand of finger of death.
Hmm. So,
Well, successes. Do you have any idea what could have done it?
That would be another skill check.
What kind?
maybe it is some tests.
Religion check.
Yes. And I should probably mention, you basically, because of that heal check previously, essentially all of those checks for religion you can add +2.
Mm-hmm.
So like 16, 15, 13 and 8. So yeah, going for Zillow because understanding how someone died makes you very knowledgeable about the different methods of killing someone. And how someone can die, and you do actually remember that some type of the undead, the way they are attacking, it essentially does this. It sucks the strength of the victim.
Shadow.
Let me just quickly scroll as well, actually, in that case. Oh my fucking god!
So for example, you probably names of creatures like specters or shadows, which are incorporeal undead, whose attacks deal strength damage.
Creatures from the shadow realm.
Kaiba! By the looks of it, it seems as if their natural essence was pulled from their bodies. So whatever did this is either not of this world or, how do you say, return to this world.
I will add one more thing. Inspecting their faces and expressions, you can see that all of them, to the last kobold in this group, they have died with an expression of pure fear, pure terror and dread and anguish upon their faces, as life was drained out of them.
Wait a minute, I don't think Azrak was here already.
My roar is just that great.
Give me a second, I'm drinking some water real quick.
Yep.
Malgarius to when undead is being mentioned, you can hear that there's like a creak as the metal fist of Malgarius tightens around the pommel of his sword. And to Zixos' question, he responds, In like a again dry, emotionless voice, he responds, "I do not possess that ability."
Mm.
And they were not undead. Something undead has killed them.
Mm.
Well, whatever killed them looks like it scared them to death.
No,
Literally.
I believe that's a side effect. The life was drained as the... And then he like pauses, trying to think if he should call Zillow doctor or vivisectionist or the... Oh my god, what's the other word to call the person that works with dead bodies?
Serial killer?
Corner.
Mortician.
Mortician, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
That freaking cat hair get my throat.
Psychopath?
While I would prefer to pursue this undead threat, I know very well that I should have my companions with me before doing that, and there's no expression on his face, but from his body language you get a feeling that he kind of looks helplessly around, and knowing that he is not trained in survival. Alas, if this is incorporeal creature, it will not leave tracks. Thus, I will stick with you. I'll be on my... I'll be watching for this unknown threat.
Good luck. Anyway, forward. Let us leave the dead behind and find glory for the still living. Amasma used to say that.
Yeah,
Forward.
Essentially, it doesn't seem like anyone else found the bodies earlier, so just wanted to confirm you leave them. You leave them like that, right?
I mean, do they have any good loot on them?
Mm-hmm.
Good loot, no.
Okay, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at the garbage loot and a whiskey douche.
The bodies were here not to give you loot, but to foreshadow something else.
Anything worth 100 gold or more? No? Okay, we move
No.
on. Or is magic in some way, because technically cure potions are only 75 gold. Or 50 gold, I forget which, but you know what I meant.
Yes, something that is immediately useful to you as a resource.
And not basic equipment that is worthless, effectively. But yes, I understand, we're moving on.
Yep. Alright. Okay, the journey continues, and... Without a roll, I can already tell you that... Sure, the maps that you were writing from the knowledge that you heard were not perfect, however you have remembered that at the very least there are some discrepancies. For whatever reason, the journey, the travel here, the path doesn't seem to be the same as the others described it.
God, the island's alive.
Oh, and as you will be getting closer and closer to the stronghold, you would have a chance to spot one more thing, like one set of tracks. So this is not for like finding your way. This is for like identifying tracks Actually, yeah. This would not be survival. This would be like perception. Everyone can make that roll if you want to, and the DC for that would be 15.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a
Oh.
15.
Oh, my turn.
Nice 15, Zach. It's a shame that
And-
it wasn't enough. Donut,
4.
we want your bad roll in here.
Oh no! I fucking. Hello.
So not 1, 4, 4.
I haven't rolled above a fucking 10!
I mean, as I said, hope that all of these bad rolls are just going away and they won't happen during actual combat.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Here we go. 10
You
push-ups.
could roll for that. Donut.
I mean, hey, we roll well
Hello.
in combat, right?
Right?
Zero HP gang.
I mean, to be fair, one, there was quite a few enemies, and two, I was on fire with some of these rolls.
Ooh, I just remembered something.
Uh,
I forgot. to
What
finish
does
one of my class
success be
features.
that his puny mortal brethren doesn't? Mm-hmm.
okay, Zixos, you managed to spot something. You see, normally it basically it's out of place, but you see that there's like a patch of slightly scorched earth and scorched flowers and bushes, and for a moment this is like, oh, maybe that's like Pyrohydra was being angry and it wanted to burn something, but then you like look at this closer and the way these scorch marks are placed and kind of the shape they do, because at one point it seems like the origin of this fire kind of went through something. So whatever did it kind of had a humanoid form. And your memory flashbacks to that shipwreck and those traps and a certain creature that was beginning to form itself as you were leaving.
Oh yes, the burning man from earlier, or the burning king.
And judging from the angle of those marks and towards where they are leading, with that roll you have a good guess that this creature probably made its way to that stronghold.
And do you guys think this guy is going to do our work for us, or are we gonna have to deal with it inside? Oh dear, oh dear. You all remember the cursed creation from fire and ash back at the ship, no?
Arzrak wasn't there for it because that was the session when Zach was away.
Yes, traps gone awry, forming into some undead-looking creature. It's heading towards the stronghold. Let's hope it's heading to kill some kobolds, no? Or if it is heading toward the stronghold, let us follow its tracks.
Yeah, the marks.
See where it leads us.
The marks do not look very fresh. They do not look fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Like this didn't happen today, so.
Mm.
And I believe, I mean, you know the name of the creature because I believe you rolled just enough, so I gave you a name. And the name was Cinderghoul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Alright.
If technically, you know, if you let the enemy of your enemy kill each other, less of them and it's more weakened.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Mm.
Until you stab it in the back and that's just your enemy.
Exactly. And when he kills your other enemy, he's just your enemy, but then he's weakened. A weakened enemy. Anyway, can we follow the tracks? See where they lead. Though they are old, they still burnt us back through the jungle.
In some places, yes, but that's the thing. Normally, you would imagine that, oh yeah, this is like a walking fire, so it would be easy to follow these tracks. However, for whatever reason, sometimes it's not continuous. You still have to like, especially Cheruk, it still has to like look closely and basically stay on his guard and like be mindful of what he does and how he proceeds with the journey. Shit, I'm kinda wondering. Do I want to have? Yeah, and right now, after all this time, I would say that even though you moved quite early in the morning, you believe that it's beginning to get like around maybe before noon, so like you already were going for at the very least 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. So I'm guessing
I'm kind of
bunch.
thinking as a DM, like, should we try to go for another random encounter, or?
Oh, yeah, I
not
wouldn't
really?
say no to another random encounter.
You can roll a 1d2 if you want. Let the dice decide.
One is a no, two is a party wipe.
Two is a what?
As it should be. Party wipe.
I will let the gods
I
decide.
think we can take 7 goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
I
talking about in combat.
I demand a trial by dice. So 1d2 on a 2, we get another encounter. 1, we don't. Another encounter.
I mean, the previous rules still apply, so those who want to make a 8 check against DC 10, they can make so, and after making those 8 checks, Cheruk will be making another DC 20 survival.
Well, it was to aid, but
You did it! Nice! Alright, back to rolling poorly. Ding.
god damn it.
You
I
should
will
be
try
as,
to aid Corin.
you should be ashamed of yourself. You should make another survival check.
Like a well roll with your bonus on these rolls.
Okay, so Cheruk gets +4 bonus to his roll, and that's the maximum bonus from 8 he can get.
Okay. No, I was aiding Corin to just make it 27. Oh, I guess I can aid.
Oh, no, there we go. Yeah.
I mean, Cheruk, unless you changed it, but Cheruk was the one that was leading you, so...
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. 31. There we go.
So 31,
nice.
32, 34.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I just wanted to see how bad my stealth one would be.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll once, and this will be advantageous, so you will be able to, like, you will not be seen, you will not be known, and situation, you will be able to okay. Well, good thing I prepared those tokens, because now figuring out the stats and copying the things for that would be fucking impossible. Cheruk, as you lead the party, so before you arrive near the Kobold stronghold, before you can see any sort of fortifications and whatnot, you hear sounds of various monsters, beasts that seem to congregate, and essentially, for the purposes of this encounter, you are kinda on like a ledge, slightly higher, so you have like a height advantage, and your location has plenty of bushes and whatnot, so you can hide. And even if some of this is dry, even if you make some a little bit of noise, the creatures, the band of various creatures that you see slightly below you, and like, let's say 5 60 to 90 feet away from you that are slowly walking throughout the kind of like a war herd of absolutely different creatures that even without a roll your nature knowledge tells you that fucking hell, like plenty of those animals would not be seen next to one another without trying to kill each other. But yeah, you stumble upon like a herd of random animals and creatures. All in all, you count 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11.
Now, does anybody have handle animal?
14
Have a firework.
beings. However, not all of them are like mechanically animal, so identifying this creature would fall under different knowledge checks. And give me a moment. And yeah, the rest of the party can like approach on this like a ridge line and basically observe the similar thing. And because the survival check went well, so you have the advantage in a way that you are not known, and I'm not calling for stealth checks. You do not have to make them. So yeah, that's a vermin. That's an outsider.
Are they all like penned in or one?
No,
to
they
other?
are different. So I'm just checking to ensuring what kind of checks you will need. So give me a moment. Knowledge checks. So yeah, there are some vermin, so nature definitely works as a one thing. Oh, Fae actually fall under nature, so that would also fall under nature. You can also make knowledge planes. Knowledge planes, and yeah, there are 3 knowledge checks categories: nature, planes, and arcana.
Nature Arcana.
I am supposed to be an expert on animals. Why did I roll so low?
You're probably distracted by the sheer amount of them, thinking what you can do with their hive. Wow. Thank you for the luck, Donut.
That's not so bad.
Of course, I do on planes check when I'm a fucking Hell Knight. Or I'm sorry, off-brand Hell Knight.
Discount Hell Knight.
Okay, let's go with nature. There are not that rare beasts, so the DC would be lower for that. Okay, so in terms of animals, rather in terms of beings that fall under knowledge nature. So vermin. Alongside the creatures, you see. Actually, I'm just gonna give the names of every creature because between all of your rolls, you at the very least rolled high enough at least once to so I can give you the names. For now, all the creatures are like congregating and mulling around on the ground. However, you would know that at the very least, like one of these creatures is capable of flying. And essentially, I should just like copy and paste because you have a variety of beings. You have giant mantises, black widow spiders, giant winged chupacabra, and also other things. So, as a zoologist for Cheruk, this is like the biggest what the fuck moment in his life, because he would probably he was like, what the fuck, why are all these beings around each other and not trying to kill each other? And those who rolled kinda above 10 or 15, they would know that usually for most of these beings, their ecology or how they live, they would not be normally seen in a group like this.
So we have a piece thing together. Well, is this why the Wanderers wanted to come here? What is this place?
So you'll cut out there, Julius.
Yes. Also, be right back.
So we have beasts, a lot of place plants from the different wrong plane. We have beasts that shouldn't be here, and that more that shouldn't be together unless someone's trained them. Is this why the Wanderers want to come to this silly island? Or is it something else? Something strange?
Wish
I
I
think
knew.
my master would know. My master would know. I wish he was here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is yet another sign that something's definitely not right with this place. The mystery thickens. So, what do you want to wish? What do you wish to do with this discovery?
Out of character, I'm really tempted to just shoot a firework in the middle of all of them and cause massive chaos, but I don't know to do that.
By the way, is it
Oh,
only
no.
me, or is Julius kinda slightly?
No, he's dying for all of us.
Alright.
I
Let me-
understand most of what you're saying, but
Three.
there's clearly some sort of lag going on.
Is it better now? Can you hear me?
For now.
I mean, for now, yeah.
Yeah, I had something downloading in the background. I thought it would be fine, but if it's not, I'll turn it off. Alright. Anyway, yeah, I won't set up a firework in the middle of them. Let's get out of here, I think. And I don't think there's any reason to stay, unless we want to murder them, I suppose. Success looks to the rest of the party.
I am fine with leaving. We have no cause to fight them. We're here for the kobolds.
Agreed.
It seems that Cherokee is already heading out. Well, Azillo, unless you have anything to say, let's go.
No, I can research them later when they kill each other, eventually.
Very well. Let's be out. And keep this in mind. Strange things are afoot.
Yeah, so with the roads that you had, you can safely and carefully kind of flank them from the left, make a wide berth and pass them by, while the strange herd of monsters and animals is kinda lazily making its way somewhere deeper into the island, disappearing in the jungle, going to east, northeast. And I need to look at the map, because where I imagine the stronghold itself would be. Okay, so finally, as you imagine the noon occurs, you find a good vantage point, observation post on a higher rock near the river, and you basically can spot that the upper portion of the kobold stronghold. While the village itself doesn't look that imposing, and you would guess that maybe if there are some traps, they might have given you like minor inconvenience and annoyance, and you do not think that there are that many kobolds on the surface. However, while the surface doesn't seem like it would be a problem, you do know, and prolonged observation allows you to figure out that the bigger portion of this fucking hell, I'm getting what's the word I'm looking for? Kafka po angielsku. Yeah, I was getting hiccups. So the more important thing is that the larger portion of this kobold village stronghold is underground. And while it seems like there's no way, like in the village itself on the surface, it doesn't, at the first glance, it doesn't seem like there's like a hole in the ground and they're like going there. Instead, what they are doing, because the river next to that village is kind of like, it seems like it was going through for a long period of time, so it carved kind of like a canyon. So from the village they go down through like set of kind of makeshift looking stairs and wooden ladders. Some of them like looking like a health hazard waiting or accident waiting to happen. But yeah, that at the very first glance, it seems like this is the way they are going, like deeper to the like river surface level, and from there, like in the stone wall, there's the entrance leading deeper into the underground caves. If you wish to see if there is something more to see, or basically make skill checks to maybe conduct observations from different place, hoping maybe there's some more information to be found, you can make skill checks. However, for this, the DC would be 20.
Perception, right?
Perception, yes.
What does success see?
Anyone else wants to make a roll?
I can do.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Haha!
Oh, nice. Oh, as our party looks
Okay.
out over the walled village, what do we see?
Okay, this eats a little bit more of your time, because you also like have to switch your observation positions while trying to remain concealed for now, or rather stay out of the visible way, even as far away as you are. So initially you were led to believe that it seemed like there's only one way into that stronghold, or at the very least into that underground portion of it, going from the river. And on the river bank, you can definitely see there's like plenty of kobolds mulling around, fishing, and just drying clothes, just doing regular daily stuff. And with these perception checks, I can definitely tell you two or more things. One, in the middle of the village, apart from kinda more or less sturdy looking huts and tents of the kobolds, you see a totem or rather like a statue, kinda statue slash totem in the very center. That seems to be like very well made and actually be made out of like probably the maybe not gold, but it's definitely made of a better, more worthy material.
Silver, perhaps?
What?
Silver, perhaps?
Silver?
I mean, it could just be a covering as well, so it looks super mighty, but it's not all.
Yeah, probably some sort of covering, but it might have some gems embedded, but it definitely looks shiny. And with those checks, yeah, the totem seems to be praising, like there's like inscriptions on it, and because they are large, so even from a distance like that, you can kinda make it out what does it show. And it essentially shows kobolds that are on their knees and that are praising, you guess, humanoid figure. There's no visible symbol, but there's like an inscription of like humanoid figure larger than these kobolds. Seems to be hooded, and humanoid figure that it has one hand outstretched, and there are like symbols of like coins dropping from the hand of that figure. And another thing that you've figured out, that your gaze kind of ventures away from the river, trying to think that would they really have only one way going into that? Would they? And then you kind of start looking around, switching positions, and while there's like a canyon-like river on one side of the stronghold, however to the other, relatively close by, like let's say within 2 miles, or like 1-2 miles, like a mountain begins, or rather like the surface, the terrain begins to like rise up and starts to morph into like hills, mountainous terrain. And there your watchful gaze, your careful eye manages to pick out something that essentially turns out to be a covered secret entrance.
Are we in?
Normally it would have been very well covered, however their skills of kobolds at deception proves to be no match for your perceptive mind. The other secret entrance doesn't seem to have any guards, which is kinda ingenious and kinda makes sense, because if something is guarded, then obviously it's worthwhile. So there are no visible guards. However, it's probable that they would probably conceal some sort of traps, but that you cannot tell from such a distance, because all of this is like imagine like a sniper and observer duo, but you do not have sniper rifles, so that's the distances of observation we are talking about.
Man, I should have made that sniper character. If only I knew.
Well,
Anyway.
one of the NPCs has a gunslinger, but you have yet to meet her.
I mean, the dumb build I was thinking about is a shotgun, which has like almost over a kilometer range. So you have shotgun AoE with a kilometer range. It is pure rules as written, and it's purely rules as written. I don't think you would allow it, but it is a build. Anyway, so we look down upon this place. We have a secret entrance, a totem, and how do I say, the rest of the settlement is hidden underground. Well, just looks at the party. How do we attack?
Wait, yeah. We tried sneaking in with the goblins.
Did we?
At least in the start.
The first step.
I was just like, I would say it's like, we're not really a stealthy group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was just
so that's
thinking we can go in the back entrance, and if we see any kobolds, we just either bluff or intimidate them into thinking that we're also kobolds.
You lean down, further down, no, even further down to be eye to eye with the kobold. What you say to it terrifies it enough that it doesn't mind. You're letting you pass.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna quickly just grab a drink. Right back.
Yep.
Just lean down and whisper softly. You didn't see anything, right?
Would we become Batman now?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see the video in the chat.
I mean, that's a pretty solid clip. That's one of the most known, but yeah. That's actually what was a good scene.
We won't learn anything more sitting up here. Maybe we take one of these goblin patrols and how do I
Kobold.
say? What?
Kobold.
Kobold, yes. Kobold patrols and beat it up, and maybe we'll learn something useful. What's down in those caves underneath ground?
Do any of us
Yes.
speak Draconic?
Looks
Do
at the
any of
rest
us speak Draconic?
I look towards the guy behind us. Mm-hmm. Malgarius.
Negative.
Does Malgarius know Draconic?
No.
Oh. I suggest back door, front door.
My friend knows it, but I have yet to find him.
And as an orc, I petition that we enter the back door.
Because, you know, everyone likes going through the back door.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Seems fine with me.
we might as well see what we find. And we might have to run for our lives, but glory waits for does not wait. Let's go. So, does anyone else have
Well.
anything to add?
So can I try stealth a little bit ahead of the group to try to overhear any of the kobolds?
You may attempt to do so, but first you may attempt to spot any traps along the way and at the secret entrance.
Oh dear.
Just give me a moment. And I swear if I get another that one... Alright, good.
What, you're gonna do more push-ups?
And
For now, only Cherry because he's going at the front, scouting ahead and kind of making a distance in front of you, so you do not break his stealth. Okay, with a 27, thankfully the good news is that they do not have magical traps on this side, which would have been much harder to spot, and even that 27 might not have been enough. But with that roll, and after several minutes of careful going step by step and inspecting, scanning every piece of grass, of wall, as you're like going into the cave, You're able to like point out and avoid several kind of simple traps like snares, pitfalls, and whatnot, but still, that entrance is definitely barely severely trapped. And you basically stay vigilant as you like begin to make your journey through the dark corridor. And actually, I need to double check but I believe kobolds do get.
I'm back.
I believe kobolds do have dark vision. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, there are, as you like go deeper into the tunnel, there are no light sources. And after like 60-100 feet, the dim light turns to darkness as the tunnel starts to swerve and curves downwards. So the question is, how do you want to handle your vision problem, Cheryuk?
Did I didn't have any potion of dark vision.
That was not in the list.
No, there are no potions of dark vision. They were sadly not generated by the random treasure generator, nor the any creature. No goblins did not have it.
Alright, I'm going to use my all tools vest to craft a bunch of night vision goggles.
Oh, it works that way.
I don't think that's gonna work, Chief.
I don't think you're MacGyver, Simon.
All I
Because
I need is 50 pounds of soap, 100 fish hooks, and a bunch of night fluorescent mushrooms.
because I'm pretty sure
And
there
pair
is
of
a
night vision
magical.
goggles.
Because I'm pretty sure there is a magical item that gives you dark vision, and it costs a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We gotta rescue a dude. Mm-hmm.
You can also spend 75 and get an ion torch, which is light that floats around your head.
Mm-hmm. Or like 5 silver for a torch. Mm.
Hold on.
I mean, Cheryuk
just-
does that. I imagine he does have a light source, but you know that's the thing. When you go into the lair of creatures that have dark vision, and you have a light source, then being stealthy becomes slightly more problematic. Not impossible, but
You know what else makes it really difficult to be stealthy is the two hulking dudes in medium and heavy armor with 10 decks.
Well, sadly, I can't use my blinding ray shot yet. I do have flasks of oil and, well, any fire, fire-based arrows from my maneuvers. Although, I don't think I can. Guess I'm going to sneak for like 3 more feet before exiting the cavern.
okay. You would imagine that the tunnel goes for quite a while so you do not go that far in, and you do not hear any voices coming from that tunnel before you turn around. You would imagine that,
Right, in
that
that
underground
case,
cave is quite a bit slightly deeper and lower.
Yeah. So, joining back with the others, he's going to say, well, I've scouted the back door and disarmed any of the traps that I came across. So we should be good on that front. Just the problem is that I don't have any light sources that they would still let me sneak in unannounced.
I suppose I could take a look. Off we go as one. Well, one. All. Everyone, yes.
Yep, sadly I didn't overhear any chatter, so
Mm-hmm.
it's still a bit further inwards.
Well then.
So if you
Fine.
keep a steady distance, me and the Sixers would be able to navigate the caverns and scout ahead a little bit further.
So you two are going forward.
Or we go in.
Yeah. Okay. So essentially, what?
Yeah,
what
or
do you
we
do?
go in as one.
Mm-hmm.
And just asking for their opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't see us on the map.
Yeah, same.
What map?
I see a black screen. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a map.
Yeah.
No.
Same.
Shouldn't be. You are on the tropical map, so
I'm
We-
not.
Not that, unless you turned on darkness on the tropical map, we are on another map.
how the fuck?
Just move her back and forth, and it should fix any such issues, or check it in the light.
Just chuck it up to roll 20.
I'm fine with that. Fuck the
Mm-hmm.
All my homies hate roll
I
20.
did activate dynamic lighting, but on other maps, not on this one, which is not a map. This is like a no fucking clue what's going on. But yeah, you are not yet on the map of any sorts. Okay, so
So I'm going to say, so we're suggesting a joint venture with Sixos and Chirk as forward scout, while Azrak, Coral, and Silo hang about like 60 feet back.
We can hold the entrance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Forward.
all right.
Mm.
Cheryuk, aided by Zixos, begin to make your trek into
I am the eye, he is the ears.
into the tunnels, and as I mentioned, they begin to curve and descend lower, and some of the tunnels they are like end up in a quick dead ends, so it takes you a little bit to navigate through them, and it definitely takes a while before you go downwards and begin to like get near what you believe are the living quarters. This is like a large place, so it definitely takes at the very several minutes, and you can make me stealth checks.
Sure.
We're
Let's hope for the
doomed.
best. Yeah, that's not too bad.
I just need to open my capture sheet again.
You're not here with us.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
you're
Okay.
aiding us. You're being very stealthy at the entrance, so you're
Yes.
helping.
I like light feet.
You shout inside.
Lol. Okay, so that's the perception for kobolds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, decent.
Okay.
Okay, I'll roll stealth. Well, I'm rolling stealth as well. Let's see how this fucking goes. I think I've got the highest stealth penalty here.
Mine's -4.
Mine's -5.
Oh, nice.
Hey, that's a 7. Oh no, it's a 2.
I mean, I rolled a 7 for their perception, so
Yeah.
Oh, how. 2 plus 5, 7. 7 minus 5, 2. Oh, fucking damn it.
Just to confirm, Zixos and Cheruk doesn't